Hi everybody, this video is sponsored by a contribution from Anonymous, and here's her story. Hi Ollie, thanks so much for your perspective. Your recent video including the topic about what you contribute to the community versus therapy was spot on. I am 40 years old and I've been in therapy over 20 years, dealing with my issues, depression, child abuse, eating disorders, etc. Even my awesome therapist never hinted around narcissism. I spent years working on myself. They never clued in on my controlling mother and my subsequent marriages to narcs. You're absolutely right. We need folks to say, hell no. That behavior is not okay. I'm sometimes very angry about this. I didn't need a therapist to shake their head at me. I needed some real help. I've woken up to narcissism in my life about 7 months ago due to the information on YouTube channels. My life has changed. It was difficult but healing realization. Again, I look forward to all your videos and I am laughing and cheering you on. Speak the truth, Ollie, is usually what I'm yelling to my computer. Thank you. I contributed to the PayPal. Please don't doubt or minimize your contribution to the peace in the world with this channel. I'm not going to get into my story. Piece of my story are often in the letters you read. I'm very thankful, almost no contact with my family recently, which was bolstered by many of your videos. I'm hoping in your upcoming letters that you address the following topic, or if you get a chance or feel inclined to. How the narcs treat others as a red flag. It's something I've been thinking about recently, and it helps me to know that I'll be able to spot this early in my future relationships. I've only seen this topic really covered in Be Good 4000's videos. I'm referring to how, in hindsight, we can see how the narc treats other people in their lives. These can be big grievances, but I noticed in hindsight the subtle cues in many of my narcs, mother, husbands, friends, were giving off how they treat those around them poorly. No biggie if you don't want to cover this. Again, thanks for all your work. Regards, Anonymous. Well, there's two things I actually want to cover in this. First is what you said about therapy. How you were dealing with my issues or your issues. And that's a great way to put that, because you put it in a way of, like, I haven't even thought of it. And that's why these are so great. Because when you're in therapy for narcissism, you're not dealing with your issues. You're dealing with the narcissist's issues and the results of them. They're not your issues. They're their issues that you're trying to get to the bottom of. The reason you have any supposed issues is because of them. You're trying to fix it. They're not. They're not your issues. It's their issues that you're trying to get answers for. Which is, again, why my channel is popular. Because I'm not blaming you. I'm not making it look like this is your issue. I'm telling you why the way you are, but that's not your issue. It's their issue. And the blame is on them. And I think that's probably the biggest issue with therapy, is that you're in there talking about your issues, even though, because you're the one who's hurting and you're the one who's damaged. That doesn't make it your fucking issues. It's their issues that you need to address. It's their behavior that needs to be addressed and called out in therapy. Because once you address and understand their behavior, it's real easy to understand why you are the way you are. And then at that point, you stop blaming yourself. You realize, like, holy shit, these people were fucking assholes. I didn't stand a chance. I was a child. Even if you never make the connection in your head, like, these aren't my issues, it's it, but you are making the connection. You're just not putting the words together. You're realizing you're not in therapy for your issues. You're in therapy because of their issues. The second thing you brought up is, and I kind of talked about this in a recent video, with changing your tactics of how you meet people. Before this, and the reason you kick yourself in the ass is because you still didn't understand what narcissism was, even though in hindsight you can go back and you can see this trait, that trait, this trait, that trait. The problem, like I said in the last video, you need to go back to the root. Where does it all start? It starts at that first interaction. And my contention is you're probably meeting every narcissist after your family, who you didn't have a choice to meet or not. The same exact way. Whether you approach them, they approach you, it opens up with a joke, it opens up with this, it opens up about work, it opens up, and then you're attracted based on what they say. That's the point right there that you have to change, because that's where you're making your mistake every time, because you're seeking the same response that you're comfortable with, and that's why you're ending up with the same type of narcissist over and over and over again. Now that you know, going forward, the tactics of the narcissist, the seeking of adulation, the overcompensating with friends who really don't mean anything. When your narcissist is nice to somebody to their face and then they start shit talking them behind your back. Red motherfucking flags, all of them. Red flags you didn't notice at first because the narcissist was engaging with you and you guys had something over this, but it was unhealthy. And eventually all that shit is going to be turned on its intended target, you. You don't necessarily need to concentrate on who you're with. You need to fix the problem at the source, how you're meeting new people. And then the rest of it will fall into place. Step out of your comfort zone in that arena. Do what's a little uncomfortable. The reason it's uncomfortable is because it's out of the narcissism realm that you are used to. Stick with it. Give it a date or two. Give it a little time. Put yourself out there. It's not going to kill you. And then you're going to find you're bringing in different people into your life. But you got to go to the source of where you meet people, and that's what you need to change, because that's where the problem's arising. So, two themes of the video, and the real main one here, okay, is, and you didn't even realize when you said it, but you're not going to therapy for your issues. You're going for the narcissist's issues. And secondly, again, like I said in the previous video, change it at the root, where you're meeting people. And then watch for those narcissist signs after the fact. How they treat people, either way. If they're nice and then they start talking behind their back and they're overcompensating and you can't figure out why. It's a show. And it's a major red flag, and that's where you would cut it at that point as well. So thank you for your contribution, and thank you for your question. I really appreciate it, and thank you for all the kind words in your message. I appreciate it so much. And thank you everybody watching. Please leave any advice or comments in the comment section below. And if you have a question, you want your story on the channel, you have some audio, or anything you want me to tackle, or you just want to contribute to the channel, you know what to do. You know what to do with the PayPal link in the description box. I will have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again shortly.